Hi, this is Tom, and in this video, I'm going to go through the Contact Manager. The Contact Manager is the system that allows you to create and edit parties that go into shipments. So for example, if I go put the cursor here in the shipper field and I type the letter A, it brings up a list of shippers that begin with the letter A. Likewise, if I go on and press the letter B, bringing up a list of shippers that begin with the letters A and then B. So the Contact Manager is what allows you to put this information into the system. So getting to the Contact Manager is easy. You just go to Tools and then fourth from the top, Contact Manager. You can also click on any of the party labels. So for example, Notify, Consignee, Bill. So I'll just click on the word Consignee, and here it is, the Contact Manager. I'm going to go ahead and create a company, and I'll name this First Company. Then I'll go ahead and put in address and a city. And I'll leave these other fields blank for now. And let's say that this is a shipper, and also I send them invoices, so this should be a bill to too. So now they'll come up in either list, the bill to list and the shipper list. I also want to point out that you can check off as many of these as you want. The only exception to that is you can't have a bill to be a vendor, and a vendor can't be a bill to, but they can be all of the other ones all at the same time. So I'll go ahead and try to save this. And here's what I wanted to point out. If something's missing or something's required, it'll let you know down here. And this is letting me know that I need a person's name in here. So I'm just going to put person's name in there and click Save. So now I've created a company, and the structure of the company is on the left side of the screen, and the details of the company are on the right side of the screen. So here on the left side, you can see I have the company I've just created, and it has an Oakland office, and the Oakland office has one person in it, which is Emily. Now, most of your contacts are probably going to be like this. It's going to be one company with one office with one person in it. But if you need to, you can have multiple offices and multiple people in each office. So if I wanted to create a new person, I could just click this Add a New Person button. And if I wanted new offices, I could click this Add a New Office button. Also, sometimes over time, you may eventually develop duplicates. And if that's the case, you can just click Merge Companies with this name, and it will put them all together as one company. Now I'm going to move on to the details on the right. Of course, here we have the name of the company, which can be edited there. Several of these fields are just for your own internal record keeping. There's one here in the company level I do want to point out, and that's the alert field here. So I'm going to just type in the word attention here with some exclamation points and save that. And now I'm going to go to the shipper field, and I'm going to type in the letter F, and here they are on the list, and I'm going to select them. And as you can see, it's popped up that message that I put into that alert field, which is attention with 2 exclamation points. So you can use this as a way to remind yourself of something really important with this company. If there's some important detail that you want to make sure is you always get reminded of, you can just put it into that field. I'm going to go back to the contact manager, and I'm going to clear that out and save it. Now I'll move on to the office section. So I'm going to click on Oakland here. Here are the office details. Now in this section, we can see that the 2 parties that this contact is set up to be. It's set up to be a bill to and a shipper, so it will appear in both of those lists. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want to, you can check off several of these. Also here in this section this is how it will appear in most text boxes. So when you create a company and you type in the address and the city and the telephone number, for example, it tries to put it into these lines. So I left some of those fields blank, like the telephone, for example. That's why the telephone's not in here. When you fill out a company for the first time, we try to put it in here in our best guess as how you might want it to appear. There's a lot of variations out there for all the different countries in the world and how addresses should and shouldn't appear. So we leave this as a place where you can rearrange the address however you need it to actually appear in most documents. Also, there's a notes insert field here. You can type notes into here, and it will just insert this text into the notes of the shipment every time this party is selected. I'm going to go to the person level. And the main things I want to point out here are if you want this contact to receive email notifications, you'll need a valid email address in the email field, and you'll need to check off the receives email notifications here. And this will default them to receiving the email notifications. And those are the basics of creating and managing a contact in export file. As far as using them here in the main screen, there's just a few things I want to point out. So for the most part, you just type in the first few letters of the contact you want to bring up, and our system will match all the existing contacts that match. So you type in an A and it brings up all the A's. You type in an AB and it brings up all of the contacts that begin with AB. There's two important exceptions to this, and that's the agent field and the truck field. So really quickly, I want to point out the agent field here. So I'm going to type in the letter A here, and it lets me know that I need to select a country. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the United States here out of the list. And now when I go to the agent field, I'm going to put in the letter Z. And what it's doing here is, as you can see, none of these begin with Z. It's because the agent field works a little differently, and it brings up all of the agents in that country. So these three agents here in this system, their country is the United States. I'll just go ahead and one of them. And I'll show you the trucking field. So if I type in the letter A here, it has matched by the letter. So it's showing the two trucking companies here that begin with A. But you can also have the truck search for nearby ports. So if I check this off, and I type in the letter A again, nothing in this list. That's because it's searching for nearby ports, and I haven't filled out the ports in the shipping yet, so nothing's coming up. Also, really quickly, I'm going to show you in the contact manager how to match it with nearby ports. So I'm going to go to the contact manager here by clicking this contact manager button, and I'm going to pull up the ABC Trucking Company. There it is. And I'm going to go to the office section, and I'm just going to type in Oakland as a nearby port. And I'll go ahead and save that. Close it. It's now loading. Pick Oakland, and now here in the truck field, when I type something in, now ABC Trucking has come up because nearby search is selected. ABC Trucking has Oakland as a nearby port, and the loading port is Oakland. So it's matched all that up and brought up ABC Trucking. And that's the end of this video. So now you should have a good idea of how to enter new parties into the system and bring them up and fill out a shipment quickly with all the various parties.